The Fairchild Republic, A-10. Thunderbolt II, affectionately known as the Warthog, is an icon of the sky. Built not for elegance, but for the brutal, essential job of supporting ground troops in the thick of battle. Its unmistakable silhouette and rugged design have made it a symbol of American airpower and resilience. Its tough airframe and the thunderous GAU-8 Avenger cannon have saved countless lives, from the deserts of the Gulf War to the mountains of Afghanistan. The A-10 was designed to take punishment and keep flying, often returning to base riddled with holes but still operational. The A-10's ability to fly low and slow made it a guardian angel for soldiers on the ground, providing close air support when it was needed most. But by the 2020s, the nature of warfare had evolved, and the battlefield was no longer the same. Modern air defenses, advanced radar, and sophisticated electronic warfare made the A-10's traditional tactics increasingly risky, exposing it to threats it was never designed to face. Air Force leaders began to see the Warthog as outdated and vulnerable, arguing that the future belonged to stealth, speed, and digital integration, qualities embodied by newer aircraft like the F-35. The debate soon shifted from whether the A-10 should change to how it could possibly adapt to a new era of warfare. Some advocated for modernizing the A-10 with cutting-edge technology, hoping to extend its service life. Others saw it as a relic of a bygone era, better replaced by multi-role platforms like the F-35 Lightning II. The Air Force repeatedly tried to retire the A-10, but fierce support from the Army, Congress, and veterans kept it flying. For many, the Warthog was more than just a plane. It was a lifeline. Ground troops trusted the Warthog like no other aircraft, knowing it would always answer their call for help, no matter the danger. To keep the A-10 relevant, its survivability and effectiveness had to be addressed, especially against modern threats. This challenge led to an ambitious, ultimately doomed initiative, one that aimed to bridge the gap between the Warthog's legendary toughness and the demands of 21st century warfare. The goal was bold: merge the A-10's muscle and firepower with the digital brain and advanced systems of a modern fighter jet. This effort became known as Project Black Snake, a secretive, high-tech gamble to reinvent a legend. It was a high-stakes gamble, with the future of the A-10 and its legacy hanging in the balance. But could the Warthog truly be reborn for a new era, or was its time finally running out? Project Black Snake aimed to transform the A-10 into a hybrid warrior, combining its legendary toughness with cutting-edge tech. The plan overhauled the cockpit with touchscreens, add a helmet-mounted display, and connect the Warthog to a digital battlefield. Pilots would see critical info projected onto their visors, even see through the aircraft using external cameras. A stealth coating and upgraded electronic countermeasures would help it evade modern threats. The arsenal would expand: smart bombs, long-range missiles, and real-time data links with F-35s and drones. The vision: a networked digital A-10, ready for 21st century warfare. But this was more than an upgrade, it was a fundamental reimagining. The promise was bold: a Warthog 2.0 for the wars of tomorrow. Yet, as the project moved from concept to reality, the challenges mounted. The dream of a digital Warthog would soon collide with harsh realities. Project Black Snake exposed deep divisions within the military, revealing not just a debate over hardware, but a clash of philosophies about the future of air power. Air Force leaders, focused on preparing for high-tech future wars, saw the A-10 as a relic of the past. They argued that resources should be redirected toward advanced jets like the F-35, which promised stealth, speed, and networked warfare capabilities. Many supported Black Snake publicly, but behind closed doors some secretly hoped the project would falter, believing the A-10's era was over. A-10 pilots, fiercely loyal to their aircraft, distrusted the new technology being proposed. They feared that adding complexity would undermine the A-10's legendary reliability and ruggedness in combat, qualities that had saved lives for decades. To them, the upgrades represented a fundamental misunderstanding of the A-10's close air support mission. They believed the Warthog's simplicity was its greatest strength, allowing it to fly low, take damage, and keep fighting. The Army, meanwhile, valued the Warthog's ability to loiter over the battlefield and its psychological impact on enemy forces. But they worried that the proposed upgrades would dilute these strengths, making the A-10 less effective in the gritty realities of ground combat. The project quickly became a tug-of-war. Leadership wanted a networked, multi-role asset. Pilots wanted to preserve simplicity and toughness, and the Army wanted reliable, dedicated support for troops on the ground. These conflicting visions left Black Snake without a clear direction. as each group pulled the project in a different direction, unable to agree on what the A-10 should become. The result was a compromise, an uneasy attempt to please everyone, yet it risked satisfying no one, and threatened to undermine the very qualities that made the A-10 unique. The battle for the A-10's soul had begun, with each side determined to shape its future according to their own vision. Could the Warthog survive this identity crisis, or would it be lost in the crossfire of competing priorities? The answer would determine not just the fate of an aircraft, but the future of close air support itself. The A-10 is more than metal and firepower. It's a culture, a bond between pilots and ground troops. It's a living legend, forged in the heat of battle and in the quiet moments before and after the fight. For those who fly it, and those who depend on it, the Warthog is a symbol of unwavering support and trust. Designed around its massive GAU-8 cannon, the Warthog is built to survive and protect. Every inch of its rugged frame is engineered for one purpose: to get in close, take punishment, and deliver devastating firepower where it's needed most. Its armor and redundant systems make it a flying tank, trusted by those on the ground. Pilots fly low, reading the battlefield with their own eyes, forging trust with soldiers below. They become a reassuring presence, a guardian angel overhead, able to respond instantly to calls for help. This closeness is what sets the A-10 apart from any other aircraft. The sound of its cannon is a promise of salvation, a psychological force as much as a physical one. To friend and foe alike, the unmistakable roar of the GAU-8 means the Warthog is near, and for ground troops, it's the sound of hope arriving just in time. This human connection is the heart of the A-10's legend. It's a relationship built on shared danger, mutual respect, and countless missions flown side by side. The Warthog's reputation is not just about its firepower, but about the people who make it come alive. Project Black Snake threatened to sever that bond. The proposal promised modernization, but at a cost that many feared was too high. Helmet displays and data links risked turning the Warthog into just another distant digital platform. The fear was that technology would create a barrier, making pilots less connected to the reality on the ground. Long-range weapons meant flying higher, losing the direct connection with troops. The very tactics that made the A-10 unique could be lost, replaced by remote warfare and impersonal engagement. To defenders, Black Snake was digitizing the soul of the A-10, replacing proven human-centric tactics with cold technology. The debate was about more than hardware. It was about the spirit of the aircraft and the trust it embodied. The fear, modernization would erase what made the Warthog irreplaceable. Would the next generation of pilots and soldiers ever feel the same connection? Could technology ever substitute for trust and presence? Or would the soul of the Warthog be lost in the process of progress? Or would the A-10 lose its essence in the process? The question haunted everyone who cared about the aircraft's legacy. The answer would define the project's fate and the future of the Warthog's soul. Project Black Snake's vision quickly ran into engineering nightmares. Integrating digital systems into a 1970s airframe proved nearly impossible. Touchscreens flickered and failed in flight. Old wiring caused interference and false warnings. The helmet display lagged, disorienting pilots and making targeting unreliable. See-through camera feeds were grainy and confusing in real combat conditions. The stealth coating chipped and peeled after a few flights, requiring costly, constant maintenance. Each fix led to new problems, ballooning costs and delays. The dream of a digital Warthog was dissolving into a nightmare of technical failures. Black Snake was poisoning itself from the inside out. Technical failures eroded the most vital element: trust. Pilots, already skeptical, now faced unreliable, even dangerous systems in flight. Maintenance crews, used to rugged simplicity, struggled with fragile electronics and coatings. Word spread to ground troops who began to doubt the A-10's reliability. The sacred bond between pilots, maintainers, and soldiers was breaking. Advanced tech meant nothing if users didn't believe in it. By ignoring the human element, Black Snake lost the faith of those who mattered most. The Warthog's greatest strength, trust, was slipping away. The Black Snake saga revealed a clash of philosophies: specialist versus multi-role. The A-10 is a master of close air support, tough, focused, and trusted for one job. The F-35 is a jack-of-all-trades, stealthy, networked, and adaptable, but less specialized. Black Snake tried to graft F-35 tech onto the A-10's brute force body. The result, a confused, compromised machine, neither fully specialist nor truly versatile. The digital upgrades clashed with the A-10's direct visual mission. Stealth coatings couldn't change its fundamental shape or tactics. The project diluted the very qualities that made the Warthog effective. The lesson: hybridizing philosophies can create a system that excels at nothing. Sometimes trying to be everything means losing what matters most. Project Black Snake's failure taught the Pentagon hard lessons. User feedback is critical. Pilots and maintainers are experts, not obstacles. Trendy tech can't replace proven simplicity, especially in harsh combat environments. The A-10's analog toughness was its strength. Digital upgrades broke what worked. All stakeholders, Air Force, Army, pilots, must be aligned from the start. True collaboration is essential. Top-down mandates breed dysfunction. Not every old platform can be endlessly modernized. Sometimes pouring money into upgrades leads to diminishing returns. The wiser path may be to build new solutions, not force old tools into new roles. Black Snake's collapse is a cautionary tale for future modernization efforts. The Black Snake story raises a fundamental question: who is close air support for? For generals, it's about survivable, flexible assets for future wars. For pilots, it's about reliability and trust in the tools that keep them alive. For ground troops, it's personal, a guardian angel overhead, not just a number on a spreadsheet. The A-10 earned its place through decades of trust and presence. As the military moves towards stealth and AI, what is lost? The debate isn't just about planes, it's about a promise to those on the ground. The true measure of any system is how well it keeps that promise.